This is your Weather Extreme video for Saturday, June the 2nd. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters, and let's take a look at a beautiful day unfolding across central Alabama. There's a look at the Skycam from Gadsden and our Alpha Skycam network, and beautiful clear skies this morning. There's another beautiful clear shot from Tuscaloosa, and we'll round it out with Birmingham. The big news this morning is that temperatures have dipped back into the lower 50s and upper 40s in some locations across central Alabama, the coolest temperatures we've seen since about May 10th. And it is relatively cool over a good portion of the country, as you can see all those greenish values, basically 40s and 50s, so things have cooled off nicely. For us, of course, the cool weather and drier air is a result of the cold front that has moved through the area and now located off the Atlantic coast and down into the Gulf of Mexico. In the upper atmosphere, we're under a nice trough over the eastern half of the country, and that trough certainly providing us with a nice northwesterly flow. Of course, northwesterly flows can be somewhat tricky. We'll talk about that on the forecast. A front is projected to sag into the area on Tuesday primarily, and after that the models diverge on their solutions, but it looks like we could see around a ½ inch of rain. Storm Prediction Center outlooking a slight risk for part of the front range, the eastern Rockies, as well as some sea text out in the mid-Mississippi Valley and in the Red River Valley. Day 2, the slight risk moves into the eastern part of Kansas and a little bit of extreme western Missouri. And the tropics remain quiet. All right, the 06Z GFS model run, and there's our trough that is over the eastern half of the country and providing just beautiful weather for us today. The trough kind of is anchored over the eastern part of the Great Lakes, but the trough kind of rotates around. And then notice that over Kansas and Nebraska area we have a little short wave, and so those are what we have to watch for, because those may produce large convective complexes, or MCSs, mesoscale convective systems, that can come in the northwesterly flow and travel great distances. But it looks like Sunday will be another beautiful day as we warm up quite a bit. That little shortwave moves down into Tennessee on Monday, and of course, as it does, it's likely to produce some thunderstorms, so Monday we'll have to reintroduce the chance for showers. Now, what's happening is that we had a lead short wave. That one moves quickly out into the Atlantic, and then we have another one that's digging down. Now, this one's likely to help establish a frontal system just to our north, and that will then bring showers and thunderstorms into the area, especially on Tuesday. So that looks like the best shot. Still not a perfect shot that everybody will get wet. That trough really digs in nicely, and so as it does, the GFS is suggesting that the front will be pushed down around the Gulf Coast, so we would be clearing out on Wednesday and once again establishing drier air. And that's where the models begin to diverge, unfortunately. The GFS suggests that we stay in that northwesterly flow pattern, and with some impulses moving through. Now, this impulse on Thursday, I think, would be dry because there's no moisture to deal with. And then, of course, the European on Thursday, suggesting that we would be considerably wetter. But anyway, whatever happens here, when we get into Friday, sticking with the GFS, the northwesterly flow stays with us. We don't see any strong impulses in that flow, so we should be dry, and we stay dry on Saturday as the ridge kind of inches a little bit closer, but we stay on the western edge, the eastern edge of the ridge, so we will stay hopefully dry and just warm up with highs primarily in the 80s. Now, looking out into the future, yesterday the GFS was suggesting the ridge would get over us. Now the GFS is holding off on that, and indeed you can see that around the 15th of June we see the ridge still to our west. It's kind of over us, but we're still more or less on the eastern edge of that ridge, and we stay that way even on the 17th as we get way out at the end of the forecast period. Well, that'll do it for the Weather Extreme video for this Saturday. Thanks for staying tuned. Expect to have the next one posted by about 8 o'clock on Sunday morning. In the meantime, enjoy this beautiful day, and Godspeed.
Thank you for trusting us to be your #1 source for news in all of Central Alabama.
In back-to-back ratings periods,
more people watched ABC 3340
than any other station in Birmingham.